Oh, hey, Melissa.
Oh, hey, JJ.
Check it out. I've been working on that branding project all week, and everything is looking perfect. I'm super excited about this project. It's some of my best work. I think it's really going to resonate with our customers.
Glad you finally got it done.
Melissa, let's talk about having your work recognized. I think that
Great topic.
we all, we're working every day, we're doing projects, and a lot of times we just really want that work that we're really proud of recognized by someone else. And sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't happen, right? And that's a whole mix of feelings.
Yeah, I think a lot of times too, like right in there, the feeling of feeling guilty that you want that. Like a lot of times you just feel like, oh, I really want this, but I don't want anybody to know because that would make me look weak or not good or whatever.
Or like needy or something. Yeah. Lots of emotions around that, and that's all okay, right?
Yeah,
not judging that at all. We just want to talk about it to recognize it. So let's start with when we're actually working on a project. Sometimes for me, I sit down, I'm really excited, and I start working on a project, and I feel like I'm doing a really good job on it.
Yeah.
And then I start getting a little mental, right? I'm like, well, it's pretty good. Well, maybe it's not that great. Well, is everyone gonna like it?
Yeah.
Am I on track here? And then you just sort of start unraveling.
And I have done that myself. Like when I've had to create keynotes, I can't explain to you. I wait until the last minute because I'm so anxious about making the wrong thing. So I will sit with it and I'll work and work and work. And pretty soon I've got myself so stressed out that it's a terrible speech that I literally walk away and stop writing.
Right. So that really was the thing that stood in your way of delivering your best work, right?
Precisely, yes.
So that
The
kind of thinking.
self-judgment.
So as we are doing our work, really checking in with ourselves, thinking okay, am I starting to get into a downward spiral with my thinking, and just pulling back and say, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm really good at my job. I do great work all the time. Get right back into that moment.
Yes.
Right? Where you're just
creating.
in the flow, you're creating.
Agreed.
And all your best work's going to come out, and you don't have to worry about it so much.
I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah, absolutely.
After I do my very best work and I put it out there, what I really want sometimes is someone to come by and say, JJ, you did a great job on that.
Right. With a lot of fanfare.
Right? Yeah. Maybe one of those little popper things that does confetti and stuff, right? But sometimes I don't get that. And sometimes I actually get straight up nothing.
Yeah, crickets.
And I just think, oh no, did this whole thing fall flat?
Yeah.
Is it me? What happened here? And that's really hard.
Yeah, and I think too that it is so often in America, in companies today, we often will be told if we're not doing a good job. You can count on that. But it's very rare that we get told we're doing a good job. And so this is really this important piece about being aware and having the confidence in ourselves to produce things that we know is good.
Yeah.
And then if we're getting that feedback or not externally, recognizing that is not necessarily not hearing anything doesn't mean bad.
Right. And just remembering hey, if you put forth your best effort, be proud of that work. Get that validation from within yourself, not from external people, because really that external validation and that external recognition, it's not very reliable. And it happens or doesn't happen for things that are so far out your control and oftentimes so random that you shouldn't correlate those points of recognition with your own value.
With your own value, exactly right. And then I think there are the times where you continually do produce at your best work, you're doing your thing and you're happy with it, and yet everything that you do put out there falls flat. And it leaves you with this feeling that it's just not satisfying, or you don't have a content feeling anymore.
You're maybe not satisfied. You'll actually probably go to I'm really not very satisfied with my job.
Right, and that can happen too.
And so there we're talking about maybe a cultural mismatch, either with the company you're in or with the role you've maybe grown into.
That's right. It's very rare that we're going to go to one job and stay there forever. It is much more normal for us to continually build off of what we just did, grow, and continue to get more and more. And when we reach these plateaus within organizations or within our roles, it is oftentimes because we have simply outgrown where we were when we started, which is a really wonderful thing when you think about it like that.
Yeah. Yep. So what are some takeaways?
Yeah, so the quick takeaways is when you're doing your work, focus on the work that you're doing and doing your best work. Don't be concerned with challenging or questioning yourself or worrying about what everybody else is going to think, do, or say around that project. Just go and do your thing. Number 2 is when you're having these moments and you're in the flow afterwards, if you've done your best work, it does you no good to go backwards and to evaluate and reevaluate and reevaluate. Simply focus on, I know I did my best work and I'm proud of that. And finally, if you do notice that you're getting into these loops where it just never is feeling good, it might be time to ask yourself, is this a cultural fit for me still?
Hey, Melissa, those takeaways, those were really good.
You did such a good job on this session.